Hi, this is Jim Wright, and I'm about to start a YouTube video about the problem with rat poison all over Allendale, New Jersey. So thank you for bearing with me, and I'm going to start right away. So I'm talking about these black boxes you'll see all over Allendale around buildings, commercial buildings, and they are rat poison bait stations, and they are equal opportunity killers. A rat eats poison from this bait station, goes off to die a terrible death. There's a good chance wildlife might eat that rat and die of the same poison. I'm going to show you some pictures here. It's pretty graphic. What is even more troubling to me is that we don't see these raptors typically after they die off in the woods. We never find them. And it's just been so many we found recently. We are extremely concerned. So a bunch of us are getting together to try to put an end to these rat poison bait stations. Allendale is rightfully proud of our connection with nature, especially our Celeryfarm Nature Preserve and of course Crestwood Lake, but our wildlife and pets are in jeopardy. This is a great horned owl I photographed in December along the Franklin Turnpike. And the next morning, a friend of mine drove down with this dying owl to my house, and my wife and I drove the dying owl to the Raptor Trust to see if it could be saved. It was dead on arrival. The DEP did a necropsy, it's like an autopsy on the great horned owl, and said it died from eating rat poison. It had eaten a rat that had eaten poison at a bait station and then died itself of the same poison. Cooper's hawks are making a big comeback in New Jersey, especially in Allendale. This one nested at the Fell House in 2019 and 2020. A resident in Rio Vista and elsewhere in Allendale see these guys at their feeders fairly often. This Cooper's hawk was found dead near downtown Allendale in February. Once again, the DEP found it died of secondary rat poison. The poison is dispensed at the bait stations throughout Allendale. Cooper's hawks did not nest at the Fell House this year. This Cooper's hawk was found dead in the Celeryfarm Nature Preserve in Allendale in March. No signs of trauma, secondary rat poison suspected. Allendale's red-shouldered hawks, endangered when nesting, nested this spring right next to where the poisoned Cooper's hawk was found, a block away from the open dumpsters and rat poison dispensers of downtown Allendale. This is one of those rat poison laced bait stations. They were designed to kill rats as a last resort when other methods failed, and for a short time after removing garbage and other food sources have failed. We have more than 60 of these rat poison bait stations in Allendale. They contain the poisons that killed the raptors. Any pet that eats a poisoned rodent is also at risk. So think of an outdoor cat or a dog off a leash. They are vulnerable as well. These bait stations have been used continuously in town for years. I've seen one up on Commerce Drive. It's been next to an open dumpster for 8 years. And I've mentioned the problem to the people and nothing happens. At the urging of our small citizens group, the borough's Board of Health is cracking down on the open dumpsters in town. And I thank them for doing this. Here's some pictures I took last month before the crackdown. This is just a rat buffet. And you want to get rid of a rat problem, you start by closing your dumpsters, not putting out rat poison. The other problem with these rat poison bait stations is they're not monitored very well. This one's buried half in the ground, about 10, 20 yards from the Celeryfarm natural area. When it rains, you can just imagine this poison is leaching out into the environment and the Celeryfarm. A study, by the way, found that 80% of bald eagles that were given autopsies after they died had some amount of rat poison in their systems. This is not just Allendale's problem. It's just that we want to take the lead in solving this problem. So Brookside School and TD Bank use snap traps, not poison. AB&G is now doing so as well. And to them, I say bravo. Every business should do the same. California has banned these poison dispensers. Massachusetts is considering it. European nations severely limit their usage. Leading local, regional, and statewide groups are aware of what we are doing in Allendale and would love us to lead the way for New Jersey. And here are just some of the many groups that are in favor of this. These are some of the top local and statewide groups that are concerned about the environment and our wildlife. Allendale can be an environmental leader for New Jersey, so please help us and protect our wildlife and our pets from these poisons. And I thank you for listening. And I also want to give a big thank you to the California-based Raptors are the solution for their help. Thanks for listening.